personal rin kung gusto nyo ulitin yung video. So for this week, uploaded yung schedule for the finals. We are already on the finals. Katatapos lang ng midterm exam. For those who have not yet submitted their plates, kung may kulang pa kayo, you can still submit. Ina-accept ko pa rin naman. Ayan, okay? So para complete yung ang tawag dito, scores nyo para hindi mababa yung grade. Okay? So, oops, sorry. Ayan. So, by the way, nakita nyo na ba yung grades nyo sa portal? Nag-appear na ba? Nag-appear na ba yung grades nyo?
Yes, sir.
Type na lang sa chat if grades nyo sa ibang subject, I mean yung visual tech and history of architecture, or wala pa? Wala pa? Meron na? Okay, sige. If you have clarifications for your grade or yung computation, you can message me. Ipakita ko yung class record for your name. Ayan. Then, para lang i-breakdown lang natin. Your grade is dalawa. One midterm and one finals. Then, total final grade is the average of the two grades. So, for example, ang grade mo is sa midterm is 85, then ang grade mo sa finals is 91, kunwari. Add mo yung dalawa, divide it by 2. Yun yung final grade mo. So, averaging siya. Then, para ma-compute yung grades is class standing, which is all the activities and plates, all graded, and the exam. So, ang percentage ng exam is 40% and the CS is 60%. So, ganun siya kina-compute. Okay? So, yan. Okay, so we move on. So, for our module for today, we'll be now discussing on the different views, orthographic views, and projections. When we say projections, we will be using lines in order to create or identify the image na hinahanap natin. Okay, so I will be sharing yung natin. Saan na yun? Okay, so and saan na yun? This is module 5. So, multi-view or orthographic and isometric. So, in architecture kasi, in presentation drawings, we present 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional presentations or drawings. So, hindi lang siya plano, hindi lang siya elevation, but we also present the different views in 3D, 3-dimensional. So, how do we present it? We can present it in multi-view or orthographic and isometric projections. Also, we can also present in auxiliary views as well as in perspective. So, ito siya. Yung unit 1 is types of multi-view drawings. So, dito na yung descriptions and guides on what are the different multi-view drawings. So, meron tayong tatlo. Ayan. So, we have first is isometric. Ito yung pinaka-common. And ito yung gagawin natin muna before anything else. This is the most commonly used form of axonometric projection. So, pag sinabi nating isometric is 30 degrees. So, you will be using a 30-degree triangle in creating this one. So, ito siya. Ito yung 30 degrees. So, ang 30 degrees dito is this one. Itong part na to. Kaya kung gagamitin nyo siya sa plate, Ayan siya. Ganito. Okay? So, this is your 0 axis. Then, ito yung 30 degrees. Same as sa kabila. Yan, 30 degrees siya. Okay? So, that is isometric. Okay? So, moving on. Ito siya. Diametric projection. This is the direction of viewing is such that the two of the three axes of space appear equally foreshortened, of which attendant scale and angles of presentation are determined according to the angle of viewing. So, compared to isometric projection, ibang klaseng angle naman to. Pero, ang tawag dito? Yung common lang sa kanila is kung ano yung angle mo sa isa, magbabago yung angle mo dito. Okay? So, for example, isometric 30 and 30. This one is, tawag dito, 30 degrees. Itong kabila is pwedeng maging 60 degrees. Ayan. Ganun na siya. So, hindi siya, kumbaga, almost, binago mo na yung angle nung view. So, diametric siya. Okay? Trimetric naman, is three axes of spaces. So, compared to isometric, diametric, dito sa trimetric, tatlong angles naman. Pero, trimetric usually is papunta na tayo sa perspective. Kunwari, meron ka ng vanishing point sa isa, vanishing point sa kabila. Or maybe interior one-point perspective. Yan. Yun na yung view ng trimetric projection. Okay? So, moving on. Ito siya. So, we have graphical projections. This is, by the way, this is included in your module. Inaano ko lang. Pinapasadahan lang natin para if there are things that you want to ask, you can raise your hand or you can type the question sa chat. Ayan. So, meron tayong parallel projections and perspective projections. When you say parallel projections is compared to perspective, nagdi-distort siya because of the vanishing point. For example, look at this part, itong part na to. Yung cube compared dito sa parallel projections is parang straight pa rin dito, straight pa rin doon. Parallel lines yung ginagamit. Kaso dito, nagdi-distort siya na parang nagmi-meet yung lines na to. Let's say this line and this line, they will meet at one point. Ang tawag doon is vanishing point. So, effective siya pag pinapresent mo yung object na magkaroon ng leading lines to, let's say, a certain point. Mas mukha siyang parang lumalayo pag tumitingin ka sa malayo. This one naman is mas effective to pag pinapresent mo yung, hindi siya ganun ka-realistic, although gusto mong i-present yung sides in a way that it can be seen. Kunwari itong side na front, top, and side. Kung gusto mong makita ng maayos without distortion in the view, mas magandang ito yung gawin mo. This one is, kung mas realistic siya kasi, pag titigan mo using your eyes and lalagyan mo ng background, parang nagkakaroon siya ng leading lines towards a certain vanishing point. Ayan, mas realistic lang yung dating. Okay? Pero, ayun, depende rin sa output na gusto mong ibigay sa clients. Okay? So, let's continue. Then, ayan. Unit 2 is orthographic and isometric drawings. So, it is indicated here that isometric drawing is based on three lines called axes. So, to further explain, stop sharing ko lang yung ano. Okay. So, the best way kasi para mas magets nyo yung projection and multiview is to imagine a glass box. A video is shared sa classwork, yung material. May 3 videos doon, lecture videos on how to use the glass box and how to draw the isometric drawings. Okay, so this is not a glass box pero clear kasi lahat. Then nilabel ko na lang siya. So for example, this is your front. This is your top view. Pag titignan mo siya from above. Okay? Then, meron kang right side and left side. So, paano yung likod? You will have your rear. Okay? This is your likod. So, anong gamit ng glass box na to? Ang gagawin mo dito is imagine mo yung object na nasa loob. Okay? So, for this one, kunwari i-drawing natin siya. Kaya ako may pre-prepare na whiteboard na maliit dito because we will draw this. Ito. This is a small cylindrical Bluetooth speaker. Sige, ganito na lang. I-draw natin siya dito using this glass box. Okay? So, make sure na pag ilalagay mo siya sa loob is nasa tamang direction siya. Okay? So, nilagyan ko na lang siya ng blue tack dito para dumikit and madali nating i-visualize. Okay. Okay, so nagre-reflect. Ayan. Ayan. So, example is this one. Imagine an object. For example, we will be using this mug. Imagine nyo siya na nasa loob ng ganito. Okay? So, ngayon, first, we will be seeing kung ano yung sides. Okay? First is front. Ano yung front niya. So, ito, kung ano yung nakikita mo dito sa front na to, ito yung ida-drawing mo. So, for example, this one. Ayan. Ito ang front niya. Okay? So, nagre-reflect. Ayan. So, since ito yung front, ayan, pakita ko lang ulit, meron siyang makikita natin yung Boysen na logo dito. Then, meron yung black and white na design. Ayan. So, sa front, ang i-drawing natin is kung ano yung nakikita natin dito sa front. Okay? So, ayan. I-drawing na lang natin siya. So, pag nakita natin siya sa front, if you can see, hindi siya cylindrical. Parang squarish na yung image kasi kukunin natin yung front view. Or rectangular, I mean. Ganyan. Then, meron tayong black and white na design. Then, nasa gitna yung Boysen. Tapos, meron tayong pabang kulang. Ayan, may ilaw, may LED light, may power button, then may Type-C ba yun? Or Android slot for your charger. Ayan siya. So, that's already your front view. Ayan. Medyo parehas naman, di ba? Ayan. Okay. So, ngayon, ano na maitsura ng top view niya? So, kaya ko siya nilagyan ng pandikit kanina is para pag iti-tilt ko to, para makita yung top view, is hindi siya gagalaw. Ayan. Ayan. Pag makita mo sa top view, gumalaw na. I-fix na natin. Okay? So, looking at the top view, it is a circular image. Plain black circular image. 'Di ba? So, kung tatanggalin natin para mas maiwasan yung reflection, ganito yung top view niya. Ayan. Bilog. Bilog na black. Ngayon, para parehas yung scale dito sa drawing, i-project natin siya ngayon using, if you're using your materials or on paper, you will be using pencils to project the line. Ayan. I'm doing this freehand, pero pag gagawin nyo to sa plates nyo, you will use your triangles and T-square para straight talaga. Okay? I'm just using freehand for presentation. Okay? So, bakit natin project ng ganito? Para sakto yung measurements. Also, so, kunwari, ito yung gawin mong basis. Medyo tabingi. Ayusin ko lang. And kaya sinasabi kong gumamit kayo ng triangles para straight and maganda yung projection nyo. And, okay? So, bakit blue lines yung ginamit ko dito? Because pencil lines, pencil yung gagamitin nyo pang project. Para pag if-finalize nyo siya sa ink, may emphasize pa rin yung ink, yung kulay ng ink kesa sa pencil. Okay? So, bilog siya, di ba? So, ang gagamitin nyo will be a compass. Okay? Pag gagawa kayo ng circle. Since ang top view niya is this one. So, you will be using a compass, pero for presentation, I'll just draw it using a template. Okay, ayan. So this is already the top view of the Bluetooth speaker. So pares naman, di ba? Bilog siya na black. Ayan. Yan yung top view. Front and top view. Ngayon, let's put this back in here para makita natin yung side. So make sure na nandito yung front. Okay. So, usually, pag in presentation, pinapakita nila is isang side lang. Pero pag minsan, magkaiba yung side nung kabila. Pero tsaka side nung right or side nung left. Okay? So, sa side, let's try the right side. Ganito naman siya. Ayan. Okay? So, almost the same with the front, pero medyo iba yung location nung black na parts nung speaker, and wala siyang label na voice send. So, plain white lang. Okay? So, what we'll be doing is we will project. Okay? So, dito pala, sorry. Dito pala yung side sa baba. Ito. Okay? So, para naka-scale din, is i-project natin ito. Ayan. Using a pencil, if you're, pero use a T-square pa rin para straight. Okay? Then, saka natin the drawing, see, side view. So, ang side view niya is ganito. So, medyo mas makapal yung isang side ng black. kesa sa white. Ayan. So, yan ko lang. Ayan. Okay, so that's the side view of the speaker. So, ito na yung ano natin, yung orthographic views, the top, the front, the side, using the glass box method. Ngayon, lagay natin to dito. Since isometric siya, paano natin siya i-draw dito? Okay? So, para ma-gets natin yung pagiging isometric niya, imagine this is your front. Gagawin nyo is titignan nyo siya pag ganyan. Titilt nyo ng konti para ma-simulate yung 30 degrees. Yan. 30 degrees dito, then 30 degrees dito. Okay? So, bakit ellipse yung pinagawa sa inyo nung last week? Because if you will be using this, for example, ang una mong gagawin pag kasi is imagine mo the glass box is in here. So 30 degrees pa rin. Ayan. Kunwari ito yung ayan, 30 degrees. Gamitin na lang natin ito. Okay. So, these blue lines here are projection lines. Imagine natin na measure natin yung sige, measure na lang natin ng maayos. Okay? Okay? So, in creating the isometric, you will be measuring this. And so, ang diameter ng plan niya is 5.6 centimeters. So, in 1:100 scale, that is 5.6 meters kung naka 1:100 tayo. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin is magme-measure tayo dito ng saan na yun? Ayan. 5.6. Ayun, sakto lang pala. Ayan, 5.6. So, ngayon, i-measure naman natin yung height niya, which is 4.8 centimeters. So, 4.8 meters siya in 1:100. Ngayon, i-measure, mag-project tayo ng line. So, ito yung magiging basis natin na line. This one. Ito. Measure tayo ng 4.8. Which is here. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, dito na yung height ng Bluetooth speaker. Okay? So, ngayon, magpro-project ulit tayo dito. Oops, sorry. Ayan. Then, yung part na to, kung saan sila nag-meet, magpro-project ulit tayo ng line pataas. Ayan. Then, another projection here. Ayan. Kaya I'm telling you to use your T-square and mount your plate properly when you are going to be doing isometric projections. Okay? So, meron tayong ulit projection here. Ayan. And this one, so parang ang ginawa nyo is gumawa kayo ng glass box dito using these measurements. Bakit glass box yung ginawa natin hindi naman to cube? The glass box will be a guide for creating this one. Okay? So, ayan. Project na lang. Okay. So, maalala nyo yung kaya namin kayo pinagawa ng ellipse is because of these figures. Maalala nyo yung ellipse, yung ganito yung lalabas. Pwede kang, maraming nagtatanong kung parehas ba yung ellipse or parehas yung measurements. Yung pagkakaiba nila kasi is, yung isa is, yung ellipse is nasa loob, yung isa naman, yung ellipse is nasa labas. Yun yung difference ng dalawang ellipse. Kaya sabi ko, parehas lang yung measurement nung guidelines, pero yung ellipse iba yung itsura. Okay? So, teka, burahin lang muna natin to. So, ngayon, since you have a guidelines mo will be the blue lines here. Ilapit natin ng konti. Ayan. Ayan siya. So, ngayon, you will be now, kasi, this cylinder, ang circle kasi pag naka-isometric siya is, hindi na siya circle. Magiging ellipse na siya. Yan. Diba? Pag top view, circle siya. Pero pag in-isometric mo na, ayan, tignan, for example, see the difference. This one, circle siya. Pero pag nakaganito na siya, ayan, notice that yung shape niya is iba na. Nagpag-tinilt mo. Hindi na siya circle, ellipse na siya. Ayun. So, using the point, using your compass, you will be getting the points of the ellipse for you to be able to create the figure. Isa sa baba, I will do this freehand for demonstration purposes lang. Pero if you will have the activity of ellipse, use the compass, okay? So, for example, ayan, ellipse siya. Ellipse din sa taas. Pero, para mas mag-guide kayo from bottom to top is, project nyo na agad dito. Kunin nyo yung point of, yung pinakadulo dito na point, tama nyo na sa taas. Ayan. Then, itong nasa taas na diamond, gawa ulit kayo ng ellipse. Ayan siya. Okay? So, ayun, nakatilt na siya. Parang ganito na yung magiging itsura niya. It's already a cylindrical 3-dimensional figure. So, bale, itong part na to, this one, this is your, itong part na to is your front. Ito naman na to, itong part na to, this is your side. And itong nasa taas is your top. Ayan. So, from kanina na ganito, from here, you will be getting this one. So, i-fast track ko na lang yung So, ayan na siya. Okay? So, using the isometric projections of this one. Okay? So, yun yung the use of the glass box method. Hindi mo naman kailangan magkaroon ng glass box. You just have to imagine mo na may glass box. Yun yung magiging guide. Especially pag irregular shape yung objects. Like, for example, this one, this bottle of thinner, paint thinner. Ayan. So, ito madali lang kasi may straight edges ka dito. Para siyang rectangle, pero sa dulo niya, doon ka lang magkakaroon ng cylinder. Diba? So, meron mga examples naman na merong tinatawag na hidden line. Okay? So, burahin ko na to kasi gamitin natin siya. Okay. So, another example is this cup. So, baso siya. Cup of coffee. Ngayon, sige, lagay natin siya dito. Pero before I place it here, we can see that front view niya is ganito. Top view is may butas siya dito. Okay, so may linya dito. Then may hole sa ilan. Pero pag tinignan mo yung bottom view is flat. Side view is ganyan. Hindi na nakikita yung tenga niya, yung hawakan. Okay? So ang una natin is front. So this one. Okay? So what you have to do will be ideally is to measure muna. So measure the diameter. The diameter is 8.2 centimeters. Height is 5.7. Okay? Then also, syempre, kasama to, may measure natin siya. Pero para lang mabilisan, itansya na lang natin. This is 2 centimeters. Then yung distance niya from the is 1 centimeter. Okay, so that's the front view. Then, yan siya. Ipro-project natin siya ngayon para makuha natin yung top view. And then using a compass, circular natin siya. Okay. So, ayan. So, pag titignan natin, something is missing dito sa drawing na to. Okay? So, what do you think is missing? Ano yung meron dito na wala dito? Okay? So, here, you can see that there's an inner circle because of the thickness of this one. So, paano pag tinignan mo kasi dito, hindi natin siya makikita. So, what we will be doing is, we will draw it using hidden lines. Okay? So, hidden lines, yun yung nakikita nyo na light lines na broken. Okay? Yun yung, so, when you see your plates, may mga ganito. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Hidden line siya. Ibig sabihin, kita siya sa likod ng view, pero hindi siya kita dito sa harap. So, paano yan? Pakita natin. So, ayan. So, yun. Ibig sabihin nito, butas siya sa loob. Yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Kita ay, hindi siya kita dito, pero kita siya sa loob or sa kabilang view. So, ayan siya, yung bilog na yun. So, paano mo malalaman yung kung saan yun? I-project mo siya pababa. So, you will project this one. Ayan. Doon mo na ilalagay yung hidden lines. Okay? So, paano mo rin malalaman yung thickness dito? I-measure mo siya dito. Actual measurement. Yung difference ng thickness nila. Okay? So, side. Project ulit. Ayan. So, ayan, medyo tabingi pero ano lang, ganyan. Meron pa rin siyang hidden lines dito to show that even in the side view is may butas pa rin siya dito. Yun yung gamit ng hidden lines. Okay? It is to indicate na may line doon or na hindi nakikita dito sa view na to, pero doon sa likod or sa kabilang side is makikita mo pa rin. Okay? So, share ko lang yung share ko ulit yung sa module. Chrome tab. This one. Saan na yun? Sorry. This one. By the way, ito pala, ito yung videos, tatlo siya, which can, ayan, mas detailed yung explanation dito and mas maano yung measurements. Then, for example, this one, your ungraded exercise. Okay? So, meron kayong, tawag dito, ayan, itong object na to. Sige, since ungraded naman to, try natin siyang i-drawing dito sa pero while we are solving for it in right now, hope you already started and submitted it. Dun sa mga hindi pa, ito yung okay, so oops, sorry. And so gawa muna tayo ng axis. Ito yung first na ginagawa. Tinatama ko lang siya dito sa dulo ng whiteboard para meron akong basis kasi hindi ako gumagamit ng T-square for this demo. Ayan. So this is your axis 1 and axis 2. Ayan siya. Okay? So, pag titignan nyo tong screen, itong exercise 1, meron tayong, itong nandito sa, itong part na to, yung L, ito yung front view. Itong nandito sa taas ng L is your top view. This is your side view. Okay? So, pag titignan mo, meron kang hidden line dito. And dito. Bakit kaya? Kasi, sa top view mo, tignan nyo, merong line dito. Meron ding line doon. Ibig sabihin, ito, L yung makikita mo. So, for example, hindi ko na siya i-measure, for example purposes na lang siya. So, this is your front view. So, for example. Ayan. Okay? So, yan yung front view. Kasi, L siya, di ba? Pag titignan nyo yung part na to. Ngayon, pag titignan mo, merong 2 centimeters from here, baba. Meron kang hidden line. Ilagay mo lang to as marker, indicator na meron kang hidden line. As well as here. Tatanggalin mo rin lang yan mamaya. Ngayon, punta ka sa side view, this one. Medyo letter H na siya. So, paano yun? Siyempre, mag-start ka pa rin dito sa part na to. So, for example, this is still a glass box. Dito ka mag-start. So, yan. Ito na yung view mo. So, then ito pala, pwede mo siyang i-extend hanggang dulo para ma-project mo siya. Meaning, yung side view mo will still end at this point. Same height kasi sila eh. Ayan. This one. Okay? So, pero not necessarily na kung dito yung height ng side view is dito rin mag-start yung image. Kailangan mo pa rin i-project dito. So, ang nakalagay kasi doon is ganito siya, 'di ba? Wait lang. Tabingi. Ayan. Then, sa gitna, meron kang Okay, ngayon, ayan, yung sa screen na sinashare ko, this one, part na to, anong tawag dito? Makikita nyo yung part na to and yung, nabura na siya. Yung hidden line dito. Ibig sabihin is, i-project mo ito and ito para makuha mo kung saan siya mag-i-intersect. Sorry. Meaning, ganyan, as well as this one. Then, i-project mo siya from here, itong part na to. Kasi ito yung hidden line. Ayan. So, ayun na siya. Ang nangyayari ngayon is ito yung magiging final object line mo. For this part. Then, meron pa dito. Then, from here, since ito yung nasa harap na view, pro-project mo siya papunta dito. Yan, yan. Okay, so, sorry, medyo nabubura siya. I-finalize natin yung lines. So, ayan siya. Ayan yung part na side and front. Okay? Ayan na siya. Okay, so hindi ko kukumpletuhin yung iba. Kayo na yung gagawa nun kasi it's part of your ungraded activity. Pero at least naipakita natin yung part na to. Okay? So, I'll share again the ano. Ayan. Okay? So, continue. So, meron pa tayong itong part na nandito sa taas. Part na to. Ayan. Then, another one is sakto pala. Ito yung example natin kanina for this one. So, makakagawa na kayo ng ng cylinder using the method I presented. Okay? So, yung first plate number FN01. Naka lang, naglo-load siya. Ayan. So, ayan siya. This is, ito yung size ng half vellum. So, you will fit it. By the way, when you are doing your plates, always complete your title block. Don't leave them blank. Okay? So, kung ano yung ginawa niyong title block nung una, ganun pa rin, palitan nyo lang yung plate title, plate number, and date submitted. Okay? Ayan. It's also part of your training, yung paggawa ng title block as well as sa pagsusulat. Also, teka lang, i-stop share ko muna to. Napansin ko, marami sa inyo yung hindi gumagamit ng lettering guidelines sa mga sinusulat na text. Okay? Always use guidelines. So, light pencil, then ink or pencil muna, then finalize with ink. Okay? Always use lettering guidelines sa lahat ng isusulat. Kaya yung ibang labelings nyo, for example, may plate din ile-label nyo or may susulat kayong dimensions. Medyo inconsistent yung sizes ng letterings. Kailangan yung lagyan ng guidelines. Always. Okay. Unless kahit master nyo na yung lagyan nyo pa rin ng guidelines. Lapis lang naman light lang siya. Use 2H or H. Paano kung hindi kasya yung plate title sa title block? For example, yung orthographic and isometric projections, yun yung words na yan. Ano na lang ang tawag dito? I-shortcut nyo na lang siguro yung words kung ano yung pwede mong i-shortcut doon. Okay? So, kahit sa dimensions, share ko ulit yung screen. Ayan. If you can see, mayroon yung measurements like 3 meters, 2 meters. These are also part of the plate kasi kailangan merong dimensions. Tawag dyan is dimensions, the measurements. Without that kasi, hindi mo pwedeng ipakita sa viewer mo kung gaano siya, ano yung measurement niya, ano yung size niya. Ayan. So, kailangan meron siya. And, gamitan nyo siya ng lettering guidelines. Okay? Alright. Okay. So, ito yung first plate nyo. It's a series of, ayun siya. Ito yung landscape pa rin. So, for example, this is your vellum. Pag ganito pa rin siya. Pag ganito yung nakaganito lang yung itsura niya sa module, pero para lang maipakita yung layout niya. Pero ganito siya. Ganito pa rin siya. Okay? Then, another one is ayan, the next plate is isometric projections. Ayan. So, andito yung mga problems. Ito yung problem 1. And you can see there are hidden lines here. So, this one is you will be doing projections of lines. When you say projections, yun yung mga light lines na ginagawa natin kanina para makita natin kung saan siya tumatapat in order for you to connect the lines to create the figure. Ayan siya. So, you can see the hidden lines, the slanting lines. Ayan. Okay. Then, dito pala sa sa 'tong part na 'to. Maraming kulang dito sa ano, may mga hindi nailagay na lines and hidden lines. Kayo yung magko-complete nun. Okay? So, 'pag napansin niyo na may kulang, kayo yung magko-complete nun. Okay? So, any questions or clarifications on projections? Naintindihan? Malinaw ba yung explanations natin? Okay? So, if there are no questions, you may continue with your activities and plates. Tomorrow, no online discussion. You can just continue your plates kasi next week, magkakaroon na tayo ng bagong module ulit. By the way, meron din akong in-upload na schedule. Saan na yan? Ayan, study schedule for finals, which is this one. Ayan, pag makikita nyo dito, andito tayo sa week 3. Dito tayo. So, ito yung tumatapat na mga modules. Week 4 is, and then andito yung date, November 2 to 7 is week 4. Inclined surfaces and edges, module 5, unit 4. Pero hindi ko pa siya in-upload kasi para hindi kayo maguluhan or malito sa mga modules. Then week 5 is November 9 to 14. Ayan. So module 5 unit 5 and module 5 unit 6. Ayan, oblique projection, true size and auxiliary views. Then last week will be 16 to 21 of November, module 6, the last module, plotting of lot technical descriptions, then summary of topics. Then doon na rin yung final exam. So November pa yung final exam ng 16 to 21, yung week na yon. Then after nun, last batch of subjects which will be architectural design and theory of architecture. For architecture. Baka may iba pa kayong subject sa Gen Ed. Ayan. Okay? So, that's it for today. Hope you learned something on our demo. Then, this is recorded. I-upload ko na lang ulit mamaya pag na-process ni Google Classroom yung video. Okay? So, no more questions for your grades ulit. If you have any questions for computation, you can always send me an email or message me on Facebook Messenger. Isa-send ko na lang yung computation ng grades niyo. Okay? So, thank you for your participation and for listening. Good luck on your plate for this week and always take time pa rin na magpahinga. Okay? I accept late plates naman. I understand na medyo marami talaga yung laman ng modules kasi siniksik natin. Ayan, okay? So, take care of yourselves pa rin. Vitamins kayo, iwas masyadong puyat. Manage your time wisely na lang para matapos nyo lahat on time. Okay? So, thank you and see you on next week for our next online lecture. Thank you. You're dismissed. You can continue your plates.